Talk about priorities. Eric, I'm going to start with you. Top line, FedRAMP, everything else going on at GSA. Top priorities for you.
Yeah, so one of the nice things about publishing a public roadmap is it just does a lot of that talking for you in a lot of settings. There is a lot that's going on. The through lines, I think, for us, right, we're putting work into a few different distinct spaces that have some overlap with each other. So one of those things is really making the FedRAMP program in particular a more customer focused organization. And to be clear, it's actually it's been a very customer focused organization in a lot of important ways. And it really has, I think, done an excellent job of being extremely open and accessible to people to work with and agencies and with cloud providers, right? Like they really want to see people get through the process. At the same time, there are some structural things that have inhibited that. So one thing that we're tackling, for example, is updating the program's sense of performance metrics, right? So formally and informally and publicly, how we measure what it is that we're doing. And so when we talk about time and cost, for example, big things for people, we want to make sure that we're not it's easiest for GSA to measure the things that it can see directly that are in its control, right? And that is I think a normal thing for a program to try to look for, to how it's measuring itself, like it's taking its work and trying to make it more efficient, bringing down its own SLAs about how it performs as part of the process. But with FedRAMP, we're concerned with the customer's lived experience going through FedRAMP and the implications of the decisions that that we and that the board and OMB and everybody else is making around how the program works. So one of the things you'll be seeing from us is we're working towards surveying and establishing some kind of regular way in which we are getting information about things like time and cost from the folks who are going through FedRAMP, so that we can see, and even though that will be an imperfect endeavor, but what will be important for us is that, as long as it's, imperfect in a consistent way, we can see whether what we're doing as the years go by start to move those numbers for us and change what our customers are seeing. That's a difficult challenge, I think, for us to do, that we are interested in doing, and I think it will help to just ground us in a customer oriented way, and just in a more structural sense. I'll maybe mention one other area. There's a few things I could say, but another one I'll talk about for a minute is just what we are trying to do with technology. So FedRAMP is a program that's inside the technology wing of GSA. For those familiar, that's the Technology Transformation Services. It's a group of many hundreds of people. It is unusually for federal agencies, flush with federal employees who are experts in software engineering, product management, design, cloud infrastructure, cloud security. We're there. FedRAMP is in that team for a reason, right? It is a technology program that has a big impact and needs to be driven by the same kinds of skills and principles that GSA has prioritized from a technology standpoint over the last decade. So we're really making a big push to level up our game on how we run ourselves infrastructurally and the technology we bring to bear for the problem. We're in the process of pulling together we've had out on the street this year a procurement for a fairly large technology platform that will allow us to build out some of the things that we have planned around automation and data analysis to a greater extent than we've been able to before. But more fundamentally, we're also starting to bring in more skill sets into the program that are rooted in software engineering and data science and cloud infrastructure than we've historically done. And I think that's going to be really important for the program, both from just a sheer capacity standpoint and from our ability to really start making good on some of the dreams that the community around FedRAMP has had for things like being able to take, get out of the world of 800-page Word documents and PDFs and be able to, send the stuff as data across a wire to an API, have things be validated automatically, have the human effort involved in analyzing these things be focused on things that only humans have to do, right? And have computers be able to do the things that computers can do.